Okay, can you hear me now, Latoya? Okay, I didn't have the microphone on. So, welcome back. Thank you for joining. And let's take a look at feedback and evaluation and questions for evaluating your own personal growth and progress. And for those of you who are coaches and have coaching clients, you can also look at this from a business standpoint where you can also evaluate your own progress and growth within your company and within the business itself. Or you can also take a look at your own personal growth in relationship. Uh, you can just apply this anywhere, all across the board, in every section, okay? In your humanity, like in your stress level, in your weight, in your energy level, in digestion. So these are just some areas that I'm just going to touch on, okay? Now, when it comes to a self evaluation for those that are current coaches and those that are doing self evaluation for your coachees, for your clients, you ask them a certain question. Okay. At times, it can be very helpful to have self evaluation of your own performance, of the performance of your clients. People do that. You ask your kids how they, like when your kids get a bring home a report card, like what is your performance level? People do, we do it all the time with our sports stars, and they do evaluations, and if they're really good they stay on the team, and if they're not they trade them to another team. You can also do self-evaluation in your own personal growth, mental growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth, in your own social circle, okay, and for your business and for your company, okay. Now, I also like to periodically do a self evaluation of my own progress towards my coaching skills, and to see if my clients or my coachees, that the people that I'm coaching, if they are growing individually, if they have made any sustainable and lasting changes. And people can often forget to stop and celebrate the progress along the way. Okay, so get out paper and pen. Come on, my friends, get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. Okay, notebook, 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 notes. And I would like you to ask yourself these questions. Just write them down, okay? And you can listen to the pre-recording. You can listen to the recording afterwards, okay? What is it that you do well? Ask yourself that. What do you do well, and what would you do differently if you could do this like life all over again? Not from a regretful standpoint, because right now we are taking in all your life experiences, okay? And we are going to build on that, okay? Because wherever you are right now on your own personal journey, on your emotional growth, spiritual growth, mental and psychological growth is where you are. And this, even in your relationships, this is wherever you are, is where you are. And that is, I say it all the time, that you are okay. Okay? You're okay wherever you are, because we are all on our, where we're supposed to be on our lifeline. If you look at the lifeline, and let me just do a quick draw line here, okay? Now, with the lifeline, you can start from your earliest memories of where you are. So say you're going to start from you're a young person, and then you're going to do your teenage years, then you do your early young adulthood. Okay, so you're in your 20s. Okay, and where are you in your 30s? Where are you in your 40s? Where are you in your 50s and 60s? Okay, and this is your lifeline. Like if you go to a palm reader. Okay, so within that lifeline, wherever you are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, financially, is wherever you are, that is where you are on the lifeline and on your journey in life. Okay, so what I would like for you to do is we're taking a self inventory of self, okay? Now, what do you do well? What would you do differently if you could do this again? And what progress can be celebrated here? Many times in life, we as young women and young men, and as people in general, we get caught up in the doing and the achieving part, and we get caught up into, we don't celebrate our achievements as often as we should. We don't celebrate our talents, gifts, and abilities as often as we should. And where do we still, what areas of ourselves that do we still need to work on? So, work on, O-N, O-N, okay? So, what do you need to work on? Okay. Now, how would you evaluate your progress? How would you evaluate your progress on your journey? And how, on a scale of 1 to 10, evaluate your progress towards your own goals and dreams, and what step would raise that number to the next notch. Okay, so if we're on a scale from 1 to 10, SCALE, if we're on a scale from 1 to 10, what step, where are you on that scale from 1 to 10, and what step could you raise that number to the next notch? Now, it's also good practice to get some periodic feedback from time to time from yourself, from your coach, from your coaching clients. And if you want feedback, you'll generally have to ask for it. You genuinely have to ask for it unless you establish a healthy process of getting feedback, and all the feedback that you get maybe will be unhealthy. Now, if you get unhealthy feedback, how do you deal with that? If you get positive feedback, do you know how to celebrate your positivity, the positive feedback? On a scale from 1 to 10, how helpful was a particular coaching session for you? Or when you started your own self on your own journey, how helpful were the people that actually spoke into your life, that actually helped you? You understand? And what would have made it better? What could have made it better? This is, we're just reflecting, okay? And try to adjust to we respond to a particular style of people. Everybody has their own type of people that they really like. And what would have made it better Are you working on what is in most important to you? Are you working on what's most important to you? I sat down and for the 2 minutes that I took a 2 minute break, turned on the TV and listened to the news, and I'm saying to myself, why do I listen to that? But here is something that I just wanted to put out there, and that is this, that it has nothing to do with this. Stay on topic, Jennifer. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about or do more of that isn't on your agenda? Okay? Now, I have to sit down and ask myself, what is my emotional state when I have a when you and I'm this is my feedback from you all, is what is your emotional state after you sit through one of my sessions? Or are you energized? Are you overwhelmed? Are you hopeful? Are you discouraged, or what? When you listen to me, and I know that a lot of you have been listening to me, and this is for my honest feedback. Now, my feedback is, are you overwhelmed, hopeful, discouraged, or what? Where are you right now when you're doing a self-evaluation of where you are right now on your own lifeline? Okay, are you energized right now? Are you overwhelmed? Are you hopeful? Are you discouraged? Like, what is it that you're actually feeling right now? Because I have to do my own evaluation when I do these recordings. Self evaluation is taking time out and taking a few minutes to so that you can be a great, so that all your experiences can be a great learning experience. And I think that this is like really, really important, because you have to get to that point where you have to say to yourself, am I learning anything? Am I helping anyone? Like, where am I at on, am I growing as a person or growing as an individual? And what is it that I do well? Now, you have some people, and I've seen it, like some people can really, really make great banana pudding. I think if I applied myself to baking, I think I could be a good baker. That is something that I have to ask myself. Where are you on your own timeline, and what is it that you do well? Now, you have some people that can sew, some people can uh, are really good with computers. Some people are very technically smart. Some people are great with organizing. Some people are great when it comes to what do they call putting accessories together. Okay, you don't have to be in the fashion industry, or you don't have to be in what do they call it? And you don't have, to be able to put a nice attire together or something like that. Are you making good progress towards your objective in life? And that is something that you need to ask yourself as well. What adjustments would lead to greater progress? What can you do as a what small changes can you do right now? What small changes can you make right now that you can give you greater progress? How could you tap into your inner self, the real you, more deeply? Now, Another question is, why is my challenge or affirmation balance? Where is my challenge and affirmation balance? Are you making affirmations on a daily basis? Now, which of these two things do you need more of? Do you need more of a challenge or do you need more affirmation? Okay, do you need to speak more positive words or do you need to challenge yourself a little bit more? Now, what movement do you see that you need to affirm or give feedback on the next time that you're confronted with a situation? And that is something that you have to ask yourself a lot of. What movement do you see you making? Okay? What do you need to challenge? Where could you effectively ask for more in a particular area? Okay? And is this person being energized when they're around you? Or how could you increase the amount of positive motivation that comes from the time that a person spends with you or with me? Okay, Taylor. Okay, Susan. Oh, hi, Miriam. Thanks again for joining. Uh, so these are questions that I think that you can ask yourself, okay? And when it comes to wellness, helping people to create healthy lifestyles and to care, not only to care only for their bodies, but they will have to care for that body forever. As when it comes to holistic wellness and nutritional wellness, hi Carmen. When it comes to holistic wellness and nutritional wellness, you understand you have to identify, examine yourself, listen to your body, examine what you're putting into your body, and you also have to overcome barriers, okay, to living a great life. And not only in your physical body, but in your emotional and spiritual sides as well. And having a physical body that works well is vital to having a stable, healthy emotion. Happy Sunday, sis. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you are enjoying my sessions and my talks. And thank you so much, Carmen. Where do you live, Carmen? Where do you live, Taylor? Where are you guys from? Because I am currently in Hackensack. I'm mm, I'm in Hackensack, New Jersey. Oh no, 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 no. Can I do that? Anyway, Hackensack, New Jersey. Why does this always do something weird? You have okay. We won't argue there. Okay. Every time I type in my state, and it gives me like something else. So, like, whatever. I'm in Hackensack, New Jersey, everyone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And when it comes to the emotional and spiritual sides of us, we have to also take that into consideration as well, because we are a complete person, a whole person, and God is concerned with every area of us as an individual and as a human being. And we have to pay attention to those areas because we want balance and harmony. And when one feels good, well, physically and emotionally, our spiritual life is also enhanced. Okay. Now, in order for each of us to live our life on purpose and with purpose, we must have a body that isn't racked with pain and inflammation, and have a brain that is clear and focused. Okay. Concentrating on our wellness and nutrition offers us the ability to function well. Okay. Now, as we take just a glimpse on how our body can either work for us or against us, let's take a look. Let's get a little bit excited. Yay! Woo! I wish. What am I gonna get? Like some party balloons? Well, anyway, get excited towards moving forward to a better, brighter, and healthier you, and becoming the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Okay? Now, describe how satisfied you are with your overall health and sense of well-being. Okay? This is a question that everybody must ask themselves. Don't wait until you get sick or you end up in the hospital or you're on death's door and you understand what I'm saying? Right now, we can change some things and make some positive choices and positive changes within our life. And I think that the first thing to start with, once we start spiritually, God is going to take us to the next place and the next place, and that's our emotional state and our mental state and our bodies, okay? Because we are the temple. So, what is motivating you right now to make nutritional and dietary changes into your life, adding more fruits and vegetables and adding less processed foods? Like, I envy people that, I don't envy them. I just wish that like I had my own organic garden or my own like where I can grow my own food, because I'd save a lot of money, I'd eat a lot healthier, and when you look at your life and you see yourself down the road, where do you see yourself in your wellness area 10 years from now? How many servings of vegetables do you eat in a week? And how much French fries do you count? And what kind of margarine do you have on a daily basis? Where's your stress level at? When I get stressed, I like to do sweet and salty. I like to have something sweet and I like to have something salty. Okay? What is a realistic and comfortable clothing size for you? What is a realistic, comfortable clothing size for me? I always tell you to love yourself just the way that you are. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. But what being realistic, what skirt size, and how long has it been since you worn a particular size? Now, when I had to clean out my closet, and I really had to clean out my closet because there were sizes in there. I had to either do two choices. I either had to lose the pounds to fit into the clothing, and a lot of you have seen my before and after photos where within the past year and a half I've lost like 50 pounds or something like that. And it took some time, it took determination, it took persistence, it took sacrifices, and I had to make choices. And basically, that is what life is all about. Just making choices, making choices, making choices. How realistic is your a desired goal. Would you like to lose some few pounds? How many pounds do you want to lose? How many pounds you you see yourself at the size that you was in high school? There's a lady named Liz Ramos. Oh my gosh, she's a guest on my show, but she's also on Facebook. And believe it or not, that woman looks really good for her age and for her size. And I got to give it to her. She's a sleepness and wellness coach. And these are things that we have to ask ourselves. What would your life look like right now if you were truly healthy? If you were in peak form? Hi Robin, thanks for joining. If you was in peak form and peak condition, where do you see yourself? Do you how do you see yourself? When you look at you in the mirror, do you like you? These are questions that we have to ask ourselves. So, I guess, with the assessment wheel of life, because these are areas that we need to work on, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in each of these areas? And then when I just mention it, you can just put a comment in the comment section, okay? And that would be the area of sleep. How much sleep do you get, like on a day-to-day basis? Because we're